Hey everyone, welcome to Wealth Redefined. I'm your host, Michael Reynolds, independent financial advisor and owner of Elevation Financial. Thanks for joining me today, as always. So we're going to talk about starting a business today, briefly, and pricing. I posted this on social media last week, did a LinkedIn post, Twitter thread, a few things about it. I want to share it with you on the podcast today as well. And this is about if you're starting a business, don't agonize over whether you're charging enough. Stop worrying about your pricing. And here's what I want to say about this. When you're starting a business, a lot of times it's tempting to agonize over, what's my pricing? What should it be? I want to be sure I'm charging enough to make enough money and be profitable and all those things. And you just agonize over your pricing and whether it's correct and, appropriate for the market and all this stuff. And we spend all this time when we're in startup mode worrying about pricing. Now, if you're an established business, yes, it's time to really kind of take a closer look at that and other factors are at play. But if you're starting a business from scratch, if you're just starting something fresh, maybe it's a side hustle, some kind of side gig, maybe it's a service business you're starting, whatever it is. If you're in startup mode and you're just getting started and you have no clients yet, pricing is not the first thing you should be worrying about. When you're starting out, one client that pays at a discounted rate is better than 0 clients at a higher rate. And again, so many business owners spend so much time worrying about what to charge when they start out. Start by charging a fee that makes it easy to get business. That's the key here. You want to set your prices lower than competitors. Set your pricing at a discount. Set a price that doesn't make you feel uncomfortable. That's the most important thing, I think, because a lot of times we set a price and we think, okay, great. This is what I'm really worth. This is pricing appropriate for what I do. But I feel a little uncomfortable. I feel like it's too high because I'm just starting out and it makes me feel uncomfortable telling people what that price is. You don't want that when you're starting out. When you're just starting a business, you want to make it really, really easy to talk about what you do and to talk about your pricing. So set it low. Set your pricing low when you're first starting out. That way, when you tell people what your pricing is, you will feel fine with it. You'll feel comfortable. There won't be any kind of pit in your stomach about, I'm charging too much. Just make it set so that you feel comfortable with your pricing. Then go get clients and stop worrying about your pricing for now. You'll learn a lot by serving new clients. You'll learn how you want to work with them. You'll learn what your processes are, what mistakes to correct, a bunch of other stuff. And all this stuff you learn by just getting clients quickly at the beginning will teach you a whole bunch and you'll gain confidence from it. You'll get so much confidence by just starting to work with clients quickly and getting that process under your belt. You'll also start to plant seeds with these clients that will lead to referrals. You'll be able to tell better stories about your work with these clients. You'll start to have case studies you can use in your marketing. All this stuff starts to happen as you get momentum. This is the momentum you need early on. Once you've built momentum, then start raising your prices. Then it's time to start looking at price increases. If you start off charging a higher rate, it can be hard to get the momentum you need because it takes longer to get those first clients. So I'm a big advocate of when starting out, price at a discount and get clients fast, then raise your rates. This is key. Again, you want that momentum at the beginning. You want that momentum that will give you the experience you need to learn quickly. You'll need to get clients in place that can start giving you referrals. You'll start to build case studies. That momentum is more important than making a lot of money at the beginning or being as profitable as you want to be at the beginning. So again, the key, get momentum, price your services low enough that it's really easy to get clients and get that momentum. Then you can start raising your rates. That's it. That's kind of my message today. Jennifer has stopped by on LinkedIn. For those who don't know, I broadcast this live on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And Jennifer stopped by on LinkedIn to say, make more than you spend, business at the smallest denominator. Thanks, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Definitely make more than you spend. That's key. You want to be profitable. But again, when you're first starting out, keep prices low, get momentum, get clients first, get business quickly, rapidly build experience, rapidly learn from mistakes, rapidly get momentum. Then you can raise your prices after that. That's my message today for entrepreneurs who are starting a business. Go for that momentum. That's it for today. So with that, as always, I spoke too soon. Leslie has stopped by on Facebook, and Leslie is saying, how busy should you be before you raise? That's a great question. The short answer is I don't know, because I don't know what business everyone is starting. There's so many different businesses to start. It depends. Obviously, most answers in money is it depends. That's frustrating, I know. But how busy should you be before you raise prices? I would, gauge it with, you go with your gut, obviously, as part of it. But if you're so busy that you are hitting a capacity figure, a capacity number, that's when it's probably time to start raising your rates. So let's say, let's say you're doing some kind of consulting work and you're charging hourly. This is just a made up hypothesis here, but let's say you're charging hourly and your goal is to be working 30 hours a week at X rate per hour. Okay, great. If you find yourself working 20 hours a week and you've got a pipeline of clients interested in working with you, that's probably a decent time to raise your rates. If you're only working 5 hours a week and you're not getting a lot of traction yet, you may not want to raise your rates yet. So as you're approaching that capacity number, that's kind of when you want to start potentially increasing your rates. Obviously, a lot of other factors could come into play. Factors like, are you going to hire people? Are you going to buy software to do some automation? Are there other ways you can scale? A lot of factors come into play here. But I would definitely think about raising your rates as you start to reach a capacity milestone. That capacity milestone could be simply the amount of time that you are able to spend, or the amount of resources you have to deliver services. A lot of factors. But that's a great question, Leslie. So think of it in terms of what is your next capacity milestone. All right. So with that, I'll wrap it up there. Thanks, everyone, for joining me today for this short and sweet episode. As always, you can find me on my website at elevationfinancial.com. And side note, I don't always make this super public, but I also do business consulting as part of what I do. So I'm a financial planner. Obviously, I do financial planning work. A lot of my clients are business owners, and I provide business consulting as an integrated service along with everything else we do. But I also have people I work with individually just for business consulting. So if that interests you, feel free to reach out on my website, elevationfinancial.com. And as always, thanks for joining me today. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.